Hi everyone, welcome back to Smarta.
With Marta. Today we are working on social studies / writing. So last week we did Canada, and this week we are going to be working on British Columbia. But before we start, we wanted to share some jokes with you. If you would like us to say your jokes, we'll say your name and say your jokes. You need to send them to us. We need more. All right, these jokes are from Mrs. Marta.
Where do sheep go on vacation? The Bahamas.
Mrs. Marta likes to go there on
One of her
vacation too.
favorite spots.
Yeah. Where can you find an ocean without water?
Where?
On a map.
Think about it.
All right, we have to do some shout outs now. I wanted to do my first shout out to Olivia. Olivia, when she sent me her Canada project last week, she included 11 interesting facts.
11?
11.
Wow, good job, Olivia. My kids have been doing, extra work at 5 and 6, but 11 interesting facts? Olivia, incredible.
Remember, it's okay if you only do 2, but the more you do, the more you learn. So you decide how much you want to stretch your brain. Olivia, you really stretched your brain this week.
My shout out this week for social studies goes to Hazel. Hazel in my class, she is really diving into this social studies project. She did the Canada one, like most of you have been sending us already, and she sent her facts and all her answers. Then she took the same format, and she knew that Mrs. Marta was going to go on to the other provinces and territories. So Hazel said, you know what, I'm enjoying this, I'm just going to go for it. So last week, Hazel sent, in addition to Canada, she did none of it. And this week, I've got another one, just arrived today, and she's already done Saskatchewan. And she's doing all the answers and 5 or 6 interesting facts. Hazel, way to go. And the good thing about that, now like Mrs. Marta says, you don't have to do that in advance, but if you're enjoying it, go for it. Stretch your brain. And then when you've done all the provinces and territories, when Mrs. Marta introduces the next one, you're like, oh, I already did that one. You can go anywhere in the world.
Maybe to the Bahamas.
And do all the same things for those places.
Imagine all the things you could learn about the world.
All the things you can teach me.
That would be exciting. All right, so we're going to meet over at the easel so I can tell you about BC.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we are here to talk about you doing your assignment for British Columbia this week. So last week we did Canada, and I'm leaving this up here just to remind you what we did. But this week I'm not going to tell you the answers. You're going to have to find out the answers on your own. So this week you're going to be doing British Columbia. So when you get to the top, I would like you to write the whole word British Columbia at the top of the page. Capital B, capital C, because it's 2 words. And then for the rest of it, if you need to write BC again, you can just write the abbreviation, which is BC. But for once, I would like you just to make the title with the full word. So I have a list here of all of the things that I want to tell you about this. So if you see me keep looking over here, I'm just looking at my paper. First, I wanted to talk about why we're doing this. So there's a couple of skills you are practicing when we're doing this. We're practicing researching. That's where you look at videos or websites or books. You find information and you answer questions you might have about British Columbia. We're also doing this for a little bit of writing practice because when you get down to interesting facts, you are writing incomplete sentences. So instead of just putting 10 provinces and 3 territories last week, I put Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories, period, at the end. So if I was going to give a fact about BC, I might say Vancouver has the most people living in it in a city in British Columbia. I wouldn't just say Vancouver most people, right? Complete sentence. The other thing that we're doing when they do this is we're practicing putting your ideas in your own words. So maybe I read a fact that says the maple leaf has 3 points on 3 different sections and a stem and 2 little points coming off of the bottom. So when I write that down, I'm not just going to look at the book and copy every section. I'm just going to think in my head, okay, what do I remember? I might say the maple leaf has 3 3-pointed leaves. So just in your own words, please don't copy out of the book. Okay, next, some of you answered a lot of interesting facts, and it might have been some kinds of burning questions you had. Like a lot of times when I've done this with kids before, they want to know what is the tallest building in a province. So you might not find that answer in the places that you're looking for information, and that is when we ask Professor Google. So get your parents to help you. Go into Google and you just type in your question. What is the tallest building in British Columbia? And pretty likely you will find the answer. You might need your parents to help you navigate that. Next I wanted to talk about the population just a little bit. So a lot of you put about 37 million. A lot of you gave me specific populations like 36,934,423. You'll be interested to know that a lot of people had a specific number, but it was different. And that's because you're getting your information from different sources, or maybe it's from different years, because in different years there was different amounts of people living here. So it might be nice if where you have your population, if you put some brackets in the end and you just put the year that was the population. What else did I want to tell you? I did that. Oh, the last thing I want to tell you is we're not going to do a video every week for social studies. You know how to do this now. We were really impressed when you saw your work. All the ones I saw, you had them filled in, you had interesting facts, you had pictures on the back. What you will get every week is an assignment sheet from me that has links for places where you can find information. Websites, videos, books. It's a little bit...
When you say assignment sheet, you're not saying them a sheet, right, Mrs. Barrow?
Oh, right. I can't virtually, out my window, send birds flying with papers that drop in your yard. I mean on the website. So I'm going to put the address for the website below. So if you need to find the sheet, if you don't have the link in an email, you can find the link in the description below, and that will help you find it. So every week you get your assignments from us. And in there is a link to the assignment for your social studies. And every week you'll get a new one. This week will be British Columbia. Next week will be Alberta. As we go along and you get really good at this, we might send you 2 per week because there's 10 provinces and 3 territories. And I think school will be over before 13 weeks. Not sure. So I think that is all I wanted to tell you, Mr. Martin. Did I forget anything?
Nope, just that we're sending 2 things on Mondays always, the YouTube video and the website links. They're 2 different things.
Right, and every week there won't be a video for this though. This week there's one for British Columbia, but after this week there won't be any more social studies videos, but there will still be other videos, fitness challenges, math lessons, maybe some things to do with writing.
And Mrs. Martin will tell you each week in the website link, which provinces or territories you're doing.
Yeah.
For that week.
And if you're like Hazel and you've already done them, then pick a different country. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. All right, off to Rexy. All right, good job. You made it all the way to the end of the video, and now Rexy would like to tell you a joke. When can 3 giant dinosaurs hide under a small umbrella and not get wet?
Say that again.
When can 3 giant dinosaurs hide under a small umbrella and not get wet?
When?
When it's not raining. Good one, Rexy.